Okay guys, here we go. This is Dracula's castle. I did some gluing some styrofoam together. I put some weight on it because it had to dry overnight. Okay, here we go here. I'll show you what we did. Let's see, we'll get it in a minute. There we go. Maybe you can see now. I had to stop and move some lighting around so you could see. These are the steps leading up to Dracula's castle because, you know, Dracula's always on a mountaintop. Okay, and I will do some more stairs later so you can see how to do those. I've still got these in to hold them in place. And to save styrofoam, I used pieces, odds and ends, and glued them together, and that's why I had to leave it overnight to dry. And this we'll make look like a rock mountain here later. I just wanted to try catching you up a little bit on this part. And here's Dracula's castle. Kind of give you an idea what it's going to look like. Okay? We'll just take these pins out. So there we go. As you can see, they're firmly in place. Okay. I also did a little bit more work on the graveyard. Let me go get that piece and I'll show you that piece. Okay, here's the graveyard piece. I added a little piece right here because I just didn't like the way it looked before, so that the gate will sit something like this to get into the graveyard, okay? And then I use the hot glue knife, see, to angle this to go around the edges so that, just like we did this piece right here, so that when you set it down, it kind of blends into your platform better, okay? Okay, now I'll take you in there and show you kind of where we're at right now. See you in a bit. Okay, this is our styrofoam base, okay? This is some more of that. I prefer this part right here, this size right here, but I ended up already having this thin stuff right here. So I will end up gluing this together eventually. Now the reason I cut this in pieces like this is for storage, because I want this to be able to fit in totes. Okay, and when I cut this, I left the outside edges right here and right here so it would glue together and make a good connection right there when we get it all said and done. Now, I'm not gluing any of this together yet. I've got it in 4 sections for storage. And I'm not going to do anything else with this base for right now because I want to wait until I get it done, because it's easier to cut with your hot wire cutter without all of the paint and all that stuff on it. And we're going to have to make holes in here where we put the houses to go through for the electricity. Okay, so all this will be glued down eventually, but that'll be one of the last things we do. Okay, let me set this down and I'll put the graveyard together so we can see where we're at. Okay, I put some of the graveyard pieces on here so you kind of get an idea where we're at. See how this kind of blends into your base right here? But this is where we're at right now. See how dropping her in that hole kind of put her more on a level playing field with this ghost right here. They're a little bit more the same size. And then there's this house I was telling you that would be in her way that was in front of her while we kind of put her an angle like we did. Okay, now here's kind of a layout where we're headed. And there is the Dracula's castle. We've got a lot of work left to do, but we're making progress. See you in a bit. Okay, our next project I'm wanting to work on is the cave and the waterfall. So this is going to be a little tricky because we're going to have to dig in. I went and dug my pirate piece out. To see how it'd work. And that's a pretty big piece to have to fit in there. The way we'd want it, or do we want, I guess we'd want it this way, huh? Our easiest way might be to cut this in half and then have to glue it back together later. We might try just cutting it out to start with. So you'll mark this off. I can find a pen. No, it's not going to work. Hang on, let me find my pen. We'll be right back. If it had been a snake, it'd have bit me. Okay, we want to just mark kind of an outline here. Of what we want to cut. Okay, we'll be back in a few. Okay, now that our cutting tool is hot, I've never attempted this before, so we're going to see what it'll do. See how smoothly it goes through there? Sorry guys, I'm trying to get to where you can see it. Kind of slowing down a little bit there. We'll take it out and give it a few minutes to heat back up. Now there are some tools out there, I just haven't got them yet, that are made for stuff like this. You can just bend this piece right here and just kind of scoop it in there and scoop it out, but I don't have those right now, so we're going to try this. Okay, I don't know how else to do this, so I'm going to just try going. Let's mark our lines here so we kind of know where we're at. I'm just going to try cutting in from behind it. Like I said, I've never done this before, so we're in for something new here. Because we can fill this line in later. Maybe cut this in sections, see if we can get it out easier. We can still use this styrofoam here for stuff later, like rocks or whatever. There's lots of stuff we can use these little pieces of styrofoam for. Okay, let's see if we can find something to dig these out here. Looks like we got daylight through there. Well, this isn't the prettiest of stuff, but I guess it'll get it done, won't it? I'm just going back and cutting around the edges there. Try to make sure that we've got it all. Cut down there. Okay, I'll finish trying to scoop this out and see you in a little bit. Okay, here we have it. It's the best we can do with the tools that we have, but it'll work. It'll look a whole lot better once it gets painted and finished out here. And then there we go. It'll fit this way too. So it's just kind of up. But this, if you put it this way, you can see kind of everybody's face a little bit. And we'll be working some more on it and make some, so it'll look a whole lot different when we get there. But there we go. Okay. Now, so when it sits like this, we'll have to cut this back off to go at an angle on the village. Boy, that is so much better with these heat tools. I just had to stick my hand in there and scoop that stuff out and dig it out. But you must make do with what you got, right? Let's go back and clean that up a little bit. There we go. So this way it'll set on the back and you'll still be able to see in the cave. So we're going to want the waterfall. Somewhere like that. That's a start. I'm just giving us a little bit of room there. To hold when we get to our water effects. We kind of want a rough bottom anyway, because it's supposed to look like water. So there we go. There is us a start. See you in a few, guys. Okay, guys. For my grandson's village, Christmas village, I made him some water. And a friend of mine gave me a bunch of these ceiling tiles that were damaged and messed up and stuff like that. So I thought I'd try that for my water for his village. And this is a piece, how it turned out. It kind of gives it a natural ripple effect in there. I was pretty pleased with it to be cheap. This would be a piece of a creek bed. See, there you go. So I decided to cut me a little piece to fit down in here for my waterfall. Of course, like I said, this we got a lot of work to do still. We got a long ways to go before we get to where we put any kind of paint or anything on this. Okay, I just wanted to give you kind of a heads up on an easy way to do some water. And we'll get to that later on. Let me clean up this mess and we'll see you in a minute. Okay, I went ahead and glued that down. I've got some weight on it for it to dry. I cut a few ledges because my waterfall I kind of want to look like it hangs over. And those little pieces I was telling you to save, you could put a rock, make it look like rocks. So I'm just adding some bluffs. Another piece I'm working on is to go kind of right here at the edge of the cave, and I want it to look like rocks. So you just take, let's take a piece of this. Just take your hot glue, and just make just any kind of cut you want, however you want it. It just smooths it out. We can make a rock or a ledge. You can just do anything. Just be creative. Just do it however, it's all just however you want to do it. That kind of looks like natural little rocks there in itself. I don't know if you can see that or not. See, just kind of, you can make little rocks or any size you want, any shape you want. I'm kind of cleaning the foam off my cutter here. You can use cardboard or whatever. I just happen to have a scrap piece of. See, you can just add rocks anywhere you want to. Make it look any way you want to. To just give it character. You know, you can also do your bluffs this way too, to give it that rock look, any way you like. Some people use a knife, but it's just kind of easier to do this. It's got a clean edge to it. This is just for fun anyway, right guys? Just for fun. And don't forget, we have to do this side over here too, because you'll be able to see this side too. So, of course, this will all look totally different when we get to putting the paint and stuff on. Just however you want to do it. Just, it's your own personal preference. Okay, we're going to clean up this mess and we'll see you in a bit. Okay guys, we got all that gluing. I've decided to try to put a light bulb in here to light up the cave. So, this is from my Christmas village. We need to kind of get a size of what we want here. This is on the back side. This is on the back side of the waterfall. Okay? What we want to do is cut a circle out. I gotta heat back up the cutting tool. Sorry, I was cleaning up a mess. Now, look here at this ledge I made right here. I have friends that save me styrofoam. This is from a shipping crate that they had for an appliance or something. You can cut it up and use it for different things, and that's what I use this piece there for. Okay, let's see if we're hot enough. You want to try keeping this piece as best you can, because we can stick it back in here after we put the light in. That's not bad. We'll be able to see it, but we can cover it up later. We can cover that part up later. This will just kind of help hold it in place and help keep any unwanted light from coming in. There we go. Now, let's plug that in and see. There we go. Can y'all see that? It's kind of hard to see with all the lights on. Let's see. There you go. Later on, we might glue this in permanent and just leave this light in there. But right now, we don't want to do that because we got all the painting and stuff that we need to do. Okay, see you in a few. Okay, what we want to do, I can't tilt this up because I'm trying to let this stuff dry. But what I want to do is try to make a rock or something to put right here to cover up that light bulb. And this is short here, so we have plenty of room. We have plenty of room to work to do something. Like I said, this is all just ad lib. Y'all's learning it as I'm learning it, so it's just a guessing game. Got to heat our tool back up. Kind of see which way. See, it doesn't take it long to heat up. This comes in so handy. See, that'll work. We don't want it too far back though, because we don't want the light bulb up against it. Now then, we want to just kind of give it a rock ledge there. Just any way you want to do it. Okay. Then after we get that glued in there, we'll take back and take those grooves on down. Clean enough. The styrofoam again. Clean up our mess a little bit. So what we'll do, you can get some styrofoam glue. Or you can use some PVA glue. Elmer's glue. Something that this all dries clear. The thing about the foam glue, yes, it's kind of expensive. You can see there, it's kind of expensive. Is it dries fast. This other stuff that I use, it's going to be overnight dry, but it has a very good hold on it. Okay, so what we're going to do, we're going to use this to start gluing that in there. And then we'll have to let it set. So we'll be done for a little while. I'll catch you later, guys. We got a long ways to go, guys, but we have a good head start. So we'll catch you next time.